Good evening. How's it going, my friends? Well, nobody's in the chat yet, so none of my friends are here right now. But I wasn't going to go live today, but because BVD, who normally goes live at 8 on Friday nights, was going to go live and did, or I understand he attempted to, and I think something went wrong with his with his stream or something. I honestly don't know what went wrong, but my my good buddy TK informed me that the stream wasn't working out for BVD. So I thought, and she thought, I should go live. So uh, why not? I'm not doing anything on a Friday night. I rarely do. Just sit back and relax. So I figured I would. Matter of fact, I should probably tell her that I did this. Hang on a minute. Um, yeah, I'll just type in that I'm live. Although, being a subscriber, she probably already knows that. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Rise Up showed up, and Razorback fan number one showed up. Yeah, I like this hat. And Blue Shirt Buddha showed up. That is good. That is good. I like this hat. I'm a proud member of Uncle Lou's Patreon group. He has different tiers, and if you join the Hall of Fame tier, I guess one of the perks was you got a Team Asshole hat. So why not? This is not the kind of hat I'm probably going to wear in public that much. So I figure, well, I can wear it on my live streams anyway. I think if I wore this out in public, it would probably upset some people. Well, let's see. Jason's here. My good buddy from Aruba, aka Design 8 Lear. I am pronouncing that right, finally. I think I am. Or is it Atlear or 8 Lear? Just when I think I got it set right, I question myself. Yeah, don't show the hat to the kids, Jason. That if your kids do walk in, say something real quick. I go like this. Then your kids will be asking, why is that crazy guy just sitting there with his hand like that? But let's see. Any game Razorback wants to know if there's any games I'm looking forward to tomorrow. No, quite honestly. I don't think there's too many good games on tomorrow. At least not from the SEC anyway. I always look forward to the possibility of Florida State being beaten. So I guess I could be looking forward to that. Certainly the Tennessee Alabama game is going to get a lot of attention. The Big Ten is starting up, so I guess I'm looking forward to that, even though I really don't think much of the Big Ten. But I know I'm going to be on Lou's Patreon stream at noon, watching that. So I'll just take what I can get. And yes, Libby, I did say I wasn't home earlier. I'm home now. I said I wasn't home like a little while ago. I do have the ability to move from place to place. I moved from the place I was to the place I is. So, let's see. Tennessee Mike's here. How you doing, sir? I was just watching one of your videos earlier today. Tennessee Mike's videos are watch related, but they're also somewhat philosophical. So definitely something to enjoy. Yeah, I'm the crazy guy that hooked you up with the CEO of Zelos. So, hey, I'm glad I could help you with that, Jason. I really am. I think he needs I mean, he's got a great fan base, especially in the U.S. But another outlet for somebody to review watches and produce content that helps him. Helps him. Um, well, Bob the Barner's here now. Bob, look at me, Bob. Look right here. Look at me. If Melissa May shows up, behave. Don't start pulling that shit on my channel. You two behave yourself. All right? Yeah? Good. I don't need that crap. Let's see. Junkyard Dogs here. How you doing, sir? You like the hat, do you, Libby? I like the hat, and it does suit me. I don't watch South Park, Libby, so the reference is lost on me. Let's see. Chris is here from the Watch Lounge. Thank you once again, Chris, for that watch you loaned me, the Xenia. I did my review. I played around with it for a little while. It's boxed up, and I'm going to ship it out to the next guy tomorrow morning. So I appreciate it. Was a nice watch. Not big on the watch color, but otherwise it's really a nice watch. And a dive watch with a Swiss movement for $600. I mean, you can't go wrong there, can you? Let's see. Where are we? Not much, Junkyard Dog. I'm just Friday night in paradise. Just enjoying my life. Colby Ellis is here. That's good. That's good. I know Colby looking forward to his team getting out on the field once again, beating up on a hated rival in the University of Tennessee. And Cole, I don't know, Colby, you old enough to smoke cigars? Are you going to partake of that tradition if you guys win? Let's see. No, I understand, Bart. Bart. Sorry, I understand, Bob. You had beef with her; she has beef with you. And I know you're not here to argue. Just hang out, have a good time, but be cool, man. Be cool. Libby, I know you are a figment of my imagination. You are a wonderfully imaginative figment of my imagination. So not worried about that. So what is going on, folks? What is up? What is I'm hopefully you guys were coming here because BVD's stream wasn't working, or you guys here just to what do y'all want to talk about? Oh, Burek is here. That's good. That's good. Leaks in the roof, huh, Elsie? That's not. Yeah, well, I mean, Libby, you are an expert at annoying me, so that's okay. That's why we love you. Yeah, yeah. I guess in a way, my life would be boring if you didn't pop up around for. Rick says it got my alcohol monitor off. You had an alcohol monitor on? I mean, there's a story there, sir. Please share if you wish. Nefarion's here. How you doing? Being a Louisville fan, Nefarion, I hope that you destroy Florida State tomorrow. I certainly hope. Did you all of you guys who are college football fans, I hope you were able to catch the hype and hate video from Uncle Lou that released just about 2 hours ago now. So hopefully, if you enjoy if you enjoy his hype and hate videos, I think you'll enjoy this one. This one was a special request from me because I won a contest he did. I paid for it, so I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was very, very funny. Let's see. Real quick before I catch up here, how's it going, Floridian? My friend Floridian from Chicago. I think he's from Chicago, or he's in Chicago. And Steven, I haven't seen you in one of my chats in a while. Good to see you here, sir. I'm sorry to hear that, Baruch. I didn't mean to drag that out of you. That's really none of my business, so I apologize. But I'm glad the monitor's off and you've done your penance. So congratulations. Now don't do it again. Please don't do it again, sir. Life is better with you here than without you here. Real quick, don't forget at some point, click that thumbs up button. That does help the channel out. Got 17 folks in here, which is great. Oh, got 18 folks and 10 thumbs up. That's great. I appreciate that. Let's see. In the description, there is a PayPal link. If you guys, any of you, have a desire to contribute to the channel, I mean, you don't have to, obviously, but PayPal link is down there in the description. The only mod in here is Libby, and I don't think she'll do that for me because she doesn't like me that much. And of course, the super chat function is available down there at the bottom of the chat window in case you like that. One time, Libby, just do it for me once. I won't ask you again. Or maybe I could do it. Wait a minute. I had to copy that. Maybe I can do it. Oh, wait a minute. It was still in my clipboard. There you go. Well, thank you, Libby. You're a good soul. I no matter what everyone else says about you, I still like you. So what else is going on today? What college football games are you guys looking forward to tomorrow? I mean, it looks like kind of a thin schedule to me. Well, Stephen, there's a bunch of new Zelos came out recently. I mean, there was the third release of the Swordfish. I have one of those. Actually, I have two of those. One of them my father bought, and then he wore it for a few days and then said, not really my thing. He gave it to me. And then I got one of the titanium Damascus. I understand the second generation Sky Raiders coming out pretty soon. I don't think I'll be buying one of those though. Jason's getting one of the new generation Horizons. Jason, was it determined whether or not you're getting one of the field watch versions of the Horizon or the diver version? Did they let you know that? Oh, you were in St. Pete, Floridian? That's not far from where I am. Next time you're in the area, you should let me know. We can get together and make a video together or something, or have some lunch or something. That would be good. And I'm going to do the same thing with Rob and Brandon Rob in December. He's coming down here for a family vacation, so we're going to get together at least once or twice. I think he wants to see the whole collection, which should be amusing. Stephen, Ohio State versus Michigan doesn't happen till the end of the season. So, Ohio State plays Nebraska tomorrow. That ain't going to be much of a game. Ohio State should roll them pretty good. Oh, he didn't tell you yet, Jason, which one you're getting? I bet you end up with one of the field versions because I think he wants to push that one. I'm sort of curious what a field watch version of the Horizon is going to look like because the Horizons up to now were all GMT watches. So Yeah, Michigan versus Minnesota. That should be a pretty good game. What time is that? Hang on a minute. I want to look that up. There we go. Yeah, Ohio State, Nebraska is a noon game. Okay. Uh, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh. That should be a good laugh. Um, where is it? Oh, Michigan at Minnesota is a primetime game, 7:30. That should be an interesting game. Um I don't really trust Michigan anymore. I'm sort of like Lou in that respect. I've seen Michigan um do just kind of fall on their face once too often. I don't really think much of Harbaugh as a coach, so I just don't. Um, okay, we'll see in a little bit, Barick. I think you're going to find it funny, unless of course you're a Florida State fan. If you're a Florida State fan, you may not find it to be particularly funny, but you never know. Steve Pearson's here. Good evening to you, sir. And Space Mountain is here. And I agree with you, Space Mountain. Fire that lard ass Grantham. He's fucking worthless. It really upsets the hell out of me. It really is. Yeah, that Michigan Minnesota game. I think I'd like to watch that game just to see if Minnesota is going to be worth anything this year. I mean, they had a pretty good season last year, but can they keep it going this year? I don't know. There's also, for me, being a car guy, there's also F1, third practice and qualifying tomorrow. So that'll be a good way to spend the morning. And then Sunday is the F1 race, and there's also NASCAR. So, I have plenty of stuff I can watch during the weekend, and certainly I am not going to be watching the National Felons League. So, screw them. Miami for me. How you doing? And I don't post any videos, and I like pizza. I didn't know you were here, and all of a sudden you say, I'll be right back. So, okay. Hello, and see you in a minute or whenever you get back. But let's see. Oh, and in case any of the watch people care, some of you might, I am wearing a Seiko SKX. This is an SKX 011 with the orange dial. This was bought already modded by Long Island Watch. He made up several of these at one time. He put in sapphire crystal. He changed the bezel out to a blue bezel with a coin edge, which I love coin edge, as you know from watching my videos. And he put it on a Strapco bracelet, so none of that jingly jangly cheap shit that that Seiko put on these things. So, and of course, orange and blue. It's a Gator watch. And since my Gators are not playing again this week because of the Wuhan Red Death running rampant through the football program, Libby, nothing is cool about your frog watch, so stop it. Yes, that's heavily modded. It was modded by Mark at Long Island Watch. He did the crystal, he did the bezel, he did the insert, and he did the bracelet. And I thought he did the crown, but I was wrong. I love the fact that I didn't have to do it all myself because I'm really not very good at pulling bezels. I usually destroy the watch when I do it. So, yeah, but I love the watch. It really, and it keeps pretty good time for a Seiko 7S26 movement. It's not the best timekeeper. Usually runs maybe, I think from the last time I wound it or checked it to this time, it was about 3 minutes slow. But if you lose 3 minutes over the course of a few weeks with an automatic, I guess that's not bad. You're never going to get a quartz accuracy out of a 7S26. Yep, Mark is great. He does great work. I bought several watches from him, including my Marathon JSAR with the had the Israeli Special Forces logos on it, the Yemen watch. He found one for me when pretty much nobody else either could or wanted to. So let's see. Okay, Colby, I appreciate you stopping by, though. I really do. Go have a good dinner. And, well, the dogs ain't playing tomorrow, so whatever. Yeah, I don't understand. There is a certain, now the sports guys in here will know who I'm talking about by, I don't have to mention his name, but I really don't understand how a guy can cry so much about being quote unquote forced to have a bye week where they didn't want one instead of where it was normally scheduled. He cries about it all the time lately, and yet in almost the same breath says that it's a benefit to his team because they can now hopefully, he hopes anyway, get a better quarterback prepared to play the following week. So he's upset about getting a bye week where he didn't want one, but he's happy about having a bye week where he didn't want one, and complains about my team doing something or saying something that got him the bye week that he's crying about, but he likes having. Come on, man. Really? Stop. Make up your mind. You're upset about having it or you're happy about having it. Which one is it? Which one is it? Come on. Let's see. Nefarian said, I did my first SKX crystal and Mark didn't say in the video to take the bezel off and scratch the aluminum insert. Yeah. Well, if you scratch an aluminum insert, you definitely need a new one. I've never done a crystal. I don't have the equipment to do a crystal. I don't want to attempt to do a crystal. I barely want to do another bezel. The last time I did a bezel, the time before the last time I did a bezel insert, a bezel removal to change the insert, I scratched the lugs up all to hell. I managed to polish a lot, most of it back with Cape Cod cloth, but it never really came back all the way. The last time I did it, and I kind of was successful, and I said, okay, I'm going to stop there because I had my success. I used blue painter's tape all over the watch to cover the case, and I managed to get the bezel off without scratching the case because of the painter's tape. And I said, okay, I had my success, and I'm never doing it again. So I'm never doing it again. Okay. It just isn't worth it to me. Let's see. Flippin' Zippo is here. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for supporting my channel. For you watch guys that don't know about Flippin' Zippo's channel, I'm still learning a bit about his channel, but I am a subscriber. Every Sunday, it looks like it's every Sunday at about 2 p.m. Eastern time for me. He does a watch called a live stream called something with the punters. Help me out here, Flippin'. What is it? Something about punters. Anyway, It's a bunch of guys on StreamYard, and I'm talking about some heavyweight collectors. I mean, guys that are playing in the nosebleed section of watches, high end stuff and mid high end stuff. Really knowledgeable guys, and I sit in that stream, and I just learn. I just listen, and I'm learning so much, and it's a great show. It does last a long time though. You definitely got to dedicate a few hours there, but it's really a great stream. Check it out. Yeah, every Sunday at 2 p.m. With the Sunday with the punters. Thank you, Blue Shirt. Blue Shirt's in there too. I didn't. He's yeah, definitely sub him up, Jason. And you guys who are not already subbed up to Design 8 Lear, my buddy Jason down there in Aruba. If you want to see a watch channel with some of the best video quality and animation and just very subtle background music and really, really well researched videos, sub him up. Got him over 1,000 subs now, so he's becoming big time. Yeah, well, welcome. Oh, that didn't go down the right way, did it? BVD was streaming live from the Greenville game, but from what I was led to believe, the stream wasn't going very well, and there was nobody attending. So, Friday night at 8 p.m. is normally BVD's slot. So I don't want to stream on a friend's slot. So I wasn't going to stream, but then Tiger Cat messaged me on Facebook and said BVD is not streaming anymore. It doesn't seem to be working. Are you going to stream? So I said, oh well, hell yeah, why not? I'd do that. But I'm almost out of hours on StreamYard, so I just figured I'd do it through YouTube. So I probably won't be streaming much longer because I think somebody comes on at 10. Is it Pigskin Pete or is it Salita? I don't know who. I don't know who comes on at 10. So I'll stream for a little past 10. But I mean, I like streaming with you guys. It's a lot of fun for me, and it's a good way to pass the time and touch base with my friends. And usually these streams are a little bit more controlled than a Lou or a BVD stream. So let me see, where did I leave off? Miami's for me says big babies in all sports lately. Damn, son, I cannot agree with that more. I mean, there's a reason I call it the National Felons League and the National Bitches Association and Major League Bitches and all the. Yeah, it's a bunch of millionaires playing kids' games, screaming about how oppressed they are. I mean, Jesus Christ. I would love to see some of these guys playing basketball now think they're all big and bad. I'd like to see one of them drive the lane against guys like Bill Lambier or Kareem or Robert Parrish or Oakley or Barkley. They take their damn heads off. What a bunch of candy-ass pussies. Sorry if there's any women in here. I didn't mean to offend with the term, but, they're just bitch-ass pussies. Every one of them made a bitch. Terrible. Let's see. Jeff Webster's here. How you doing, sir? How you doing? Jeff Webster is a good supporter of my channel, and I do appreciate it. Hey, Jeff, did you by any chance catch Lou's hype and hate video this evening? That was a lot of fun. For me, it was anyway. I always wanted to see what would happen if Lou turned that white hot anger / intellect on Florida State. I always wanted to see it. I never, but why would he do a hype and hate video on Florida State? They never played Georgia. But I mean, that contest he threw up there earlier this week about, the highest super chat or PayPal would, he'd do a request hype and hate. I said, I have to win that. And I did. I did win that. I really was really thrilled about that. I said, there's only one team I want to see, and that's Florida State. So a lot of fun. Space Mountain said he had it on and it froze up. Try it again, man. It's worth it. Or are you talking about BVD stream? BVD stream just froze up for me too, so I stopped watching it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. It's Pigskin Pete. I think he comes on at 10. And then ACP Carter comes on. I'm usually asleep by then. Thank you, Buddha. I appreciate you subbing up my friend Jason. Definitely overpriced thugs, Miami. Absolutely. Nefarian, I used to love the pro sports. I really did. NBA left me a long time ago. Bird and Magic era was my era. The current era, all the post Jordan stuff, it's just no fun anymore. Uncle Lou's here. Speaking of the devil, Lou, that video was fantastic. I thank you. Even if Florida State wins tomorrow, which I hope they don't, but that was a lot of fun. I love the way at the end where you could just barely stop yourself from cracking up. That was that was a great video all around. I really appreciate it. I always wanted to see what would happen if you turned that white hot spotlight of the hype and hate on to Florida State, and now I know. Florida State better never join the SEC. That's all I can say. Gators. Oh yeah, Wisconsin is playing now. Let me see what the score is. I forgot there were games tonight. 28-7 over Illinois. Well, I mean, it's Illinois, Gator Zone. I mean, it's Illinois, so Jack State is beating FIU. I'd say that's an upset. South Florida's losing. That's no surprise. UAB over Louisiana Lafayette. Barely. Yeah, well. I mean, there's not a lot of good games on tonight, obviously, but let's see. What is Lou saying here? Everything done in the dark eventually comes to light. This is not the Chunk Show. 7 days. Oh, he must be talking about the TikTok chess hall mukbang. Okay. No, this is not the Chunk Show, Uncle Lou. There's no anti-Semitism here. So this is definitely not the Chunk Show. I may not be as professional as the Chunk Show, but I will definitely not be as anti-Semitic. Just saying. Let's see. Jason is agreeing with me about that era of basketball. Gator Zone, I think I'm subscribed to you. I'll have to check because I thought I was subscribed to you. Space Mountain, if you missed the premiere of the video, obviously you can go to Lou's main channel and catch the video. BVD stream sort of failed, Space Mountain. It started out working, and then it stopped working, and then he got it going again, and then it stopped completely, and everyone just sort of seemed to give up on it. So our friend Tiger Cat told me that the stream wasn't going anymore and that I should jump on and just do something, and so I did, But I won't Yeah. I think I mean, he's in Greenville. I don't know much about Greenville, Tennessee. I'm not sure where it's located. I think he was in Greenville. I don't know exactly where in Tennessee it's located. I think it's sort of a little mountainous up there and somewhat small townish. So I don't know what the cell coverage is there. But trying to do a live stream on a cell phone with an iffy internet connection, um, that's going to be a little hard to maintain. And I guess he found that out. Uh, let's see. Wait a minute. Sorry. So Colby says he's making a BVD tender or Tinder. Must be me. It must have meant Tinder. Yeah, we were sort of messing around on the morning show today, Uncle Lou and BVD's morning show, sort of messing around with the idea of doing a Tinder account or some online dating services for BVD. And that sort of spun down the rabbit hole rather fast. I'm surprised that nobody suggested Plenty of Fish for BVD. I mean, it's free. I mean, it's not exactly going to be the highest of high class people on Plenty of Fish, but somebody already did that years ago, Libby. They made a fake Tinder account for me, and because I don't have Tinder. So, how are they going to contact me if I don't have Tinder? Well, Libby, I'll tell you what. If you could throw, let's see, what do I need? About $3,500 US, $3,500 US. I will make good use of that money. I promise you. Happens to be the price of a new Accutron Space View watch, but yeah, if you could throw $3,500 my way, that'd be real cool. Albert Sancho's here. Good evening, and that to you too, sir. Colby, you're going to do that out of your own pocket. You're going to do that. What you should do is you should get BVD an account on what's it called? Our Time. Our Time is a dating service for 50 plus people. So since BVD is over 50, he'd fit right in. And, he's missing most of his teeth. So he'll fit right in with that too. So that'll work. Let's see. And film. What's Boomer Town? I don't. Is that a strip club? I know there was a strip club in Atlanta way back when called Boomers. So maybe they're related. So are you really gonna do that? Colby's really gonna do that. He's really gonna. Are you gonna maintain it and communicate with the girls for him? Is that the idea? I thought Lou was gonna do that. I've been to a strip club before, Libby. I mean, I know what a female body looks like. I mean, the one thing I never understood about a strip club. No, that's not true, Libby. I've seen a naked woman. Last time I saw a naked woman was 2012. Okay, so anyway, I never understood the concept of a strip club. Very pretty girl standing on a table, buck naked, right in front of you. If you touch them, the 800-pound gorilla standing in the back of the room will come flying at you, grab you, break your arm, and throw you out of the club. And meanwhile, you're supposed to, like this with the money. I don't get the concept. I mean, I'm not that mad at my money that I want to stuff it down some garter or some G string for a girl who probably hates me already because I'm there, and I can't have him anyway. So like being married, isn't it? Asking for a friend. Yes, Lou is probably too busy to maintain a Tinder for BVD. So, well, Colby, we'll be looking forward to hearing about that on the morning show. So, let us know how that goes. Keep us all updated. Definitely want to hear it. No, I believe me, I haven't forgotten it's 2020. I don't think I'll ever forget 2020. Uh, let's see, what is this? Toppers in Augusta has wonderful waffles around 10 a.m. Got to get there early before they get cold. What is Toppers? Oh, let me guess. Toppers is a strip club that serves food. That's got to be it. I don't know about eating food in a strip club. What if something falls in there? No. Well, I mean, Albert, have you ever been? I mean, if you've been to a strip club, you know that the security guys, the bouncers, or whatever they call themselves, they're all built like tanks. They're all usually bigger than you are, and they look like gorillas in good clothing. I mean, and they're there to hurt you if you touch one of the girls. So, no. I just don't hate my money that much. It's just not at Platinum. Where's Platinum? I don't know where that is. Every other strip club in the world is called Platinum. Um. Oh, okay. You've only been a regular nightclub. I mean, we have a gentleman's club here where I live. It's a very original name. It's called Cheetah or Cheetahs. I mean, every town has a Cheetahs in it, so it's like you know, come up with something more original. Okay, Platinum Dolls in Lexington. I think they had a platinum club in Atlanta. They had lots of strip clubs in Atlanta back in the 90s and the early 2000s. I don't know if they're all still there or not, or some of them are still there, but you know, I don't know how popular strip clubs are anymore. Um, let's see. The one in when I lived in Marietta for a while, I started in Marietta when I moved there, and right near where my apartment was, there was a strip club there called Boomers. Um, Very popular. Could not get a parking space in that place. Always, yes, I went there every day, Libby. I couldn't help myself. You know, someone's got to. I mean, someone's got to keep me educated, right? Let's see. Ken Spears is here with the usual greeting of checking in from Pittsburgh. Uh, yeah, yeah, Burek. I would say that Boomers was definitely popular with the Boomers back then. Of course, the Boomers in the '90s were obviously 20 odd years younger than they are now. So in the '90s, I was living in Atlanta. That put me in my mid to late 20s, heading up towards 30. So yeah, I would say it was. Libby, do I look annoyed to you? I mean, I really don't feel annoyed. I feel like Um, anyway, yeah, Colby. I lived in Marietta. I moved to Marietta from where I went to. Obviously, I went to University of Florida. After I ended my time at Florida, I moved up to Marietta because my best friend from high school was living up there, and I moved into his house with him initially before I got my own place. Yeah, I know where Southern Polytech is. I remember where that is. And I moved up to Marietta, and I figured moving up to Metro Atlanta was a smart move for me back then because it was a big city, lots of opportunities for employment, and lots of single women. So, did what any other single guy would do in his mid 20s. Moved up to Atlanta along with everybody else, it seemed. Found a job, found a place to live, and I eventually found a girlfriend, and now she's my ex-wife. You know, the old story: boy meets girl, boy falls in love, boy marries girl, boy loses girl. Hornets, yeah, that's what they were called. No, I did not grow up in the Atlanta area. I was born in Boston. I lived there for my first 7 years. Then we moved to Florida. First to Miami in 1972. We moved to Miami. We lived in Miami until just before the Mariel boat lift. So right around Seville, after my high school, spent 7 years in Gainesville getting my bachelor's and my master's degree. And then I went to Atlanta for a good long time. And now I'm back where I went to high school because I want to raise my kids here and not Atlanta. And now you know. Favorite pie flavors? Oh, my favorite pie is key lime. And I only went to Cheers, or what the bar used for Cheers, which is actually called Bullfinch Pub, when I went to visit Boston in the early 90s. Haven't been back to Boston since then. Yep, I love key lime. Best key lime pie in the world comes from Joe's Stone Crab, and on the East Coast, down around Miami. Oh, I'll definitely be at the Slob Olympics, Gator Zone. I'll be happy to have a beer with you, but I'll probably drink a Coke because alcohol doesn't work well with my medications. But I'm looking forward to the Slob Olympics. For those of you who don't know, this is something that was cooked up by Uncle Lou and BVD. It's the opportunity for all us YouTubers to get together March 5th, 6th, and 7th, 2021. Have a few impromptu, quote unquote, athletic competitions, all us YouTube slobs, and have some athletic competitions, some mental acumen competitions, and get together and have food together and drink together. And I think we're all going to go to the College Football Hall of Fame together and have a great time. Finally get to meet each other. I've met Lou once in person already. He's really a good guy. Looking forward to meeting BVD and meeting, Gator Zone would be good to meet. I hope Melissa May's there. I hope Christy's there. I hope Tiger Cat's there. I hope a whole bunch of people are there. I know I'm forgetting a whole bunch of people, but I hope a whole bunch of these YouTubers that I see almost on a daily basis in various chat rooms. TikTok Chess Hall will be there. I'm pretty sure. I think Salita's going to be there. There's a couple of people that I hope aren't there, but I won't mention them by name. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going. And the only thing that's going to prevent me from going would be my father's health. If he's in a good place that I can leave town for a couple of days, I'll do it. If he's not, I'm going to have to cancel because it's my father and my mother are my priority. So I think Catfish is going Space Mountain. I'm not sure. The only people that would really know for sure are people who are going or not going would be Lou or BVD. All I know is I'm going. I got my hotel reservation. I'll be there. Will's going to be there. Excellent. Excellent. Let's see. Favorite national park? Jesus, you guys come up with some interesting questions. A favorite national park? I've been to that many. I can't think of one that I've been to, quite honestly. I've been to a lot of parks around where I live on the west coast of Florida, but I can't think of a national park I've been to. I mean, I haven't been to places like Yellowstone isn't Stone Mountain, isn't that a national park? I think it is. I always liked Stone Mountain. I liked the laser show. I liked the area around Stone Mountain. My now ex-wife, when she and I were boyfriend and girlfriend, would go to Stone Mountain at least 2 or 3 times a month to watch dinner and just go there and have dinner, a little wine, watch the laser show. It was a lot of fun. It's a great way to spend a spring evening or a summer evening in the metro. Nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sure it's a national park, so I'd say that would probably be my favorite one. Has some good memories for me. Let's see. All right, Steven is going for ice cream in a movie. Good idea, sir. Very good idea. I hope you enjoy it. Burrick, I'd agree with that. Everglades National Park. When I was living in the area where I could take advantage of that, I was too young to be allowed to be on a airboat. So I never got to do an airboat ride in the Everglades, but I bet that would be a lot of fun. Nefarian asks, X pipe or H pipe? Well, that's sort of like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I happen to have an X pipe on my Celine. It does feel like drifting, Barak. You're absolutely right about that. The only reason I went with the X pipe over the H pipe in the Celine was purely a sound reasoning. I did my research in terms of power add. X pipe versus H pipe, the difference was negligible, but I always thought the X pipe sounded better than the H pipe, so I went with an X. And it's my exhaust setup on my car is a BBK long tubes, and then a BBK X pipe with cats, and then the cat back is the Celine cat back, which is basically a Celine exclusive design made for them by Bassani. So it's BBK Bassani, and it gives the car a very unique sound. If you want to hear what that sounds like, you can go to my channel. Well, you're in my channel, technically. Pull up that video that I made of the walk around of my car. And I did a cold start and exhaust note part of the video. And you'll hear what that sounds like. It's a much different sound than what you typically hear from the back of a Mustang, because everyone puts Flowmasters on their car. I don't like the sound particularly. I think my sound, the sound my car makes, is pretty damn sweet. I do like the Florida Everblades, Will. As a matter of fact, I really wanted to go down there for a couple of games this year, but then we got the Wuhan Red Death, and the whole season seems to have gotten killed. My daughter, my youngest daughter, is actually toying with the idea of going to Florida Gulf Coast University to finish off her 4-year degree. And the campus is literally right down the road from the arena that the Everblades play at. So I may go down. If she goes to that college, and she really seems to like it down there, probably be able to get there for some Everblade games. I like minor league hockey. It's a little bit more raw. It's not as polished as the NHL level stuff. So everyone's a little bit more raw. Everyone hits a little harder. Everyone's trying a little harder. It's a lot more fun to watch as a fan of old school hockey before they took out the hitting, before the instigator rule, before the third man in rule, all that crap that ruined the sport. The ECHL brand of hockey is a lot more fun to watch. Let's see. Some conversation that's not aimed towards me. Yeah, I remember that Atlanta had an ECHL team. They used to be called the Gwinnett Gladiators. Now they're the Atlanta Gladiators. So we saw them when they were Gwinnett when they came down here. And that brought back some good memories of good times up in Atlanta when the Atlanta Knights were playing up there. Now, the Atlanta Knights were a minor league team that was there between when the Flames left and when the Thrashers came in and then eventually left. And the Atlanta Knights played for the old International Hockey League, the IHL. And they actually won the IHL's championship. I believe it was called the Turner Cup. And no, that's not entirely true, Albert. I mean, they do have a World Series, to the Braves' credit, won. And the Atlanta Knights of the IHL did win the Turner Cup, which was the IHL championship. And they did that before the Atlanta Braves did it. The Knights did it in 1993-94 season. And I was there. I was actually there in the arena when the Knights clinched the cup in Game 6. And it was a lot of fun. And watching that and being part of that was a lot of fun. Oh, pardon me. Let's see. Libby, I don't know what those icons are. They look like either mutated turtles or sick dinosaurs. I can't tell. D4 Sports is here. He says, "What's up, old man?" I said, "Well, not much, Just having a little bit of fun, that's all, I'm not even paying attention to baseball right now. The only thing I know is that it's the Dodgers and the Devil Rays, or the Rays, or whatever the fuck they're called, in the World Series, and I don't even know. I don't even know if they're playing right now or who's winning the series. I just don't care. Okay, so the dinosaurs. Okay. Yeah, the Falcons did blow that 28-3 lead. I heard about that. I haven't been watching the No Fun League, so I didn't get to see. And I've been a Patriots fan all my life. And I stopped watching them, so I didn't get to see the Patriots mount that comeback. I only heard about it later, and I said, "Oh, good for them. What's for dinner?" Oh, you can say whatever you want on YouTube to a degree, Will. I mean, if you get too foul-mouthed about it, YouTube might say something or demonetize the video. But for the most part, if you're selective about your F bombs, you get away with it. Now, if you show stuff on the video that YouTube would have a problem with, like if I was wearing a T-shirt that had an offensive, quote unquote, offensive message on it, or there was nudity in the video, um, yeah, then they'd probably take the video down. They'd probably take my channel down too, so we don't want that. Mm. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, I forgot about the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks will probably never win anything. I'm surprised that franchise still continues to exist. But you mean the comment section here, where you are now, Barik, or down in the comment section? The static comment section. I don't know. I mean, obscenity, naughty words, as they say, are part of life. I mean, I think YouTube understands a little bit of that, even though they seem to make these weird decisions that don't seem to make any sense. I mean, they treat us like children, but I don't think they treat us like we're 3-year-olds. I would say. Hang on a minute. Pigs can eat one. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's 20 after 10. Pigskin Pete went live at 10. Oh God, yeah, I have a bucket list of things I want to do. Sure. Well, I mean, for example, I would love to, before I die, I would love to take my 2 children and go to the Wailing Wall in the West Bank of Jerusalem in Israel, and I'd love to tour old Jerusalem and visit Israel. I hope to make that happen someday. I would love to go to Germany. Half my family is German, the other half is Ukrainian. I would love to go to Germany, and I would love to run the Autobahn. I would love to experience the Autobahn behind the wheel of a proper automobile for that. And I would love to go to Nuremberg and experience the world's most famous road course, the Nuremburg Ring Nordschleife, North Course. About 20 odd kilometers, 160 odd turns. Just a monster of a road course. I mean, it takes, I think the record is like 5 minutes and 19 seconds by a monstrous Porsche race car to do the course, but typical street car could be 15 minutes to run a lap. I would love to run a lap on a race course that has been trod on, that has been driven on by the giants of motor racing history: Andretti, Stuck, Prost, Schumacher, Bell, Mika Hakkinen. I mean, just the giants of racing from all over the world have been on that course. And to be able to share the asphalt that they drove on would be an amazing thing for a car guy. I would love to go to Venice, Italy. My parents used to go to Venice at least once a year for like 15 years in a row, sometimes twice a year, because they're art collectors, they're glass collectors, and The Veneto is like ground zero for the maestros of blown and cast glass artwork in the world. And they've been there many times, and they talk of Venice in glowing terms. And I've never gotten to go because I was busy raising my children. And I would love to be able to go there someday and see what they're talking about, you know. um uh, where else would I like to go? I would like to go to Japan. I would love to go to Japan. I would love to see a completely different culture from my own. Um, I'd love to see the Japan, Singapore. Yeah, I would love to do that. I've already. Let's see, what else would I like to do? I would like to live long enough to see both my children, both my girls, married and happy, and maybe, God willing, uh, be able to bounce a little grandchild on my knee and wind him up real tight and then hand him back. Revenge. Revenge. But yeah, that's some of the big points on my bucket list. And maybe, just maybe, if I'm really fortunate, gain enough courage back to try and maybe find a non-crazy woman and find somebody I can spend the waning years of my life with. Certainly, I certainly don't want to die alone, if at all possible. Um, so yeah, those are the high points. Let's see. Fly a jet into nothing. I hate flying, so flying doesn't interest me very much. Um, Flying to me, I have only two requests of anyone I fly with, whether it's commercial or otherwise. Get the son of a bitch off the ground and get it back on the ground in one piece. Anything that happens in between, I don't care. Get it in the air and get it back on the ground. That's all I care about. In one piece. Oh yeah, the Colby, those driving experiences for NASCAR, those are a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, Malcolm Malone is here. I didn't see you come in, sir. You saw the video tour of my car. Hypothetically, if you were going to own another Mustang, which would you buy and why? Oh, that's easy. I would buy any of the GT 500s that were made. There were, obviously GT 500s made from I think like what 07 or so, all the way up through. Any of them would be a fantastic automobile. The newer, the better, obviously, because they got better. The engines got better and better. Why? Can you say supercharger? And the nice thing about those motors is they already come from the factory with a ton of power and really capable of good handling. Theoretically, you wouldn't really have to touch them very much to make them even better. Or why would you want to in some cases? But, maybe a pulley on the supercharger, change the pulley, better exhaust, maybe lower the car a little bit, and you got yourself something really special. Failing that, I would, believe it or not, I would love to have a 1971 Mach 1 with a 351 Cleveland or the 429 Super Cobra jet. I like the look of the 71 to 73 Mustang. I think that is really an underrated and very good looking body style. I'm talking about the one they call the aircraft carrier with the big fastback, not the notchback. I didn't like that one so much, but I would pick up a 73 and do a resto mod on it, make it look all stock on the outside, on the inside. Put a really good handling package on the car, and drop a Coyote motor into it with a 5-speed or a 6-speed and call it good. That would be a beautiful car and would have modern handling and modern engine performance. That would be really nice. But I'm really happy with the car I have now. So, and I don't have any car payments. That's key. Let's see. Nefarian wants to go to Dubai. There are some Middle Eastern places I would like to go to myself. Being Jewish, I don't think that would be a good idea. Just saying. I could probably get away with going to the Middle East, and that's about in the Middle East. I would get away with going to Israel. That's probably about it. I don't think I could. I remember when I was trying to find a job out of college at the time, a lot of Middle Eastern companies were hiring Americans for consulting work for all kinds of things, and people were saying to me, "Why don't you apply for those things? They seem to be hiring everybody, and they're paying really, really good." I said, "Hello." Then Ken wants to go to England and Scotland to tour castles. That would be a lot of fun. No, I do not play golf, Will. My grandpa did. My mom's father, grandpa, I called him. He played golf all the time. I never understood the game. All I ever wanted to do was drive the golf cart. Colby, you do not need to make a Tinder account for me, please. Please and thank you. Don't do that. Barik, no, you didn't say anything about landing the plane. I just sort of figured that was kind of assumed. Plane, once it takes off, it eventually has to land. Yeah. Mustangs with high horsepower superchargers, or the older Mustangs, they did not have a lot of traction. That is true. Of course, none of the old style muscle cars had traction. They blow their tires off real easy. Let's see. Will's family has had a Mustang, and he has been England and Scotland. That's good. That's good. Mark Rogers just went live. Okay, that's good too. And evidently, Will Thorogood plays golf because he hit a very long drive recently. What's up, Rob Dog? How you doing, man? Malcolm Malone had a 66 and a 96 Mustang. He wants a 95 Cobra R. Good luck with that. They weren't very, I think there were 107 of those. Not easy to find. Soft spot for the novelty of a 351 Windsor with fuel injection. Not as powerful as the newest Mustangs. No. But any of the Cobra R's were definitely good cars to have. The 95 Cobra R is going to be the hardest of the three versions to find because they only made I think they only made 107 of them. Let me check that. Hang on a minute. Jacksonville State beat FIU. How about that? Let's see. No, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Sorry. 250. Says so right there. Sorry. Where did I get 107 from? I wonder if that's 2,000. Hold on. Nope, 2,000, 300, 2,000 Cobras were made. Um, it was 107.93 Cobra R's. I'm sorry. So you have a little bit better chance of finding the 1995 Cobra R because there were 250 made. My bad. Yep, I remember when FIU beat Miami last year. Miami was pretty bad last year. They're doing better this year. I'll give them that much. I certainly would want to play Miami with the defense that we don't have this year. Very disappointing, my Florida Gators. Very disappointing indeed. I hope they figure it out, but I guess we won't find out till next Saturday, the 31st, is we'll find out if anything improved. I tend to doubt it. Anyway, I am going to wrap up now because I don't know. There's 14 people in here. I might as well keep going. Should I keep going or should I wrap up? You guys a little tired. Anyway, yeah, I know somebody. He's in the Celine Club of America. He's actually one of the officers of the Celine Club of America. Another car that he owns besides the 3 Celines is he has a 2000 Cobra R. And believe it or not, he drives that thing. I mean, Cobra R's are trailer queens, especially the 2000 with that big motor in it. And he drives the piss out of it. He actually brought it to one of the Dragon events one year, and he drove that car on the Dragon. I wish I had gotten video footage of that. I didn't. Somebody did, but I didn't. But he drove a 1 of 300 Cobra R Mustang on Tail of the Dragon. And it was amazing. That car really carved the corners up pretty damn good. Yep, only came in red, no AC, no radio. And well, it was November in the mountains of Tennessee, so he didn't need air conditioning. That's for damn sure. But he actually put a radio. He actually put a radio in it in a Farian, just because he drove the car so much, he wanted to have a radio in it. So he actually put one in. Not a car you see very often, but damn, that thing was quick. For the time, it was a very quick car. Now you can buy V6 Mustangs that make more power than that thing did. No, I didn't say he drove it daily. I think he probably could. I mean, it's not that uncomfortable of a car. But I don't think it's a daily driver type of car, but he did drive it multiple times a week. Which reminds me, I really need to get my Celine out of the garage. I think I'll use it tomorrow when I run to the post office, because there won't be anybody at the post office when I go, so I don't have to worry about the car getting dinged. And I got to get that engine up to temperature and run it around for a little bit. It's never good for a car to sit. You know what I mean? Let's see. Malkin says he didn't live in California. Hey, Malkin, let me ask you a question. Do you have a brother named Patrick? Just curious. No, Uncle Lou's back. No brothers. Okay. See, my sister married a guy named Patrick Malone, and they lived in California. So I thought, oh Jesus, that could be way too much of a coincidence. So just just uh, just just was wondering because well that marriage ended badly. So I was just curious. Yes, very true. This is not the Chunk Show. I am not Chess, and none of my fans or supporters or subscribers are raving anti-Semites. Just saying. Yeah, that would have been funny. Would have had to block you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, actually, I got along with Patrick pretty well. I just couldn't understand why he was marrying such a Looney Tune as my sister. But I guess if you're getting laid, even by somebody that crazy, I guess better than nothing. Melissa May, my dear, my lovely lady, the gracious, the vivacious, the young, the fresh, the gorgeous Melissa May. Fair warning, Melissa. I don't know if he's still around, but your favorite guy, Bob, was in here. I don't think he's here anymore, but I'm gonna throw this in there. Guys and gals, don't forget before you leave, please click that thumbs up button. It does help. I'm dropping my PayPal link into the chat in case anyone wants to use that to help support the channel. And of course, Super Chat is available if you want to do that either. Or you could just hang out with me. No charge. Glad you're here. I do that little advertising thing twice a stream just for the heck of it. Yeah, I think Melissa knows this isn't the Chunk Show either. Lou. Let's see. Even Lou says even Wisconsin has decided to play a real quarterback before UGA. Well, you never know, Lou. I mean, you know what they say, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Someday, maybe by accident, y'all will play a quarterback that's, better than a 3-star. I'm just saying, But then again, Lou, I mean, your quarterback situation may not be the most ideal, but you are doing pretty well. I mean, you've done pretty well with what you got. Beat Florida 3 years in a row. Won the SEC East 3 years in a row. Won an SEC title. Went to the playoffs. Went to the national championship game. A lot of teams would kill for the hell. A lot of fan bases would kill for that level of success. Let's see. Signing on to YouTube at 2:45? No fucking way. No. No way. I ain't doing that. I got better things to do at 2:45 in the morning. It's called sleeping. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going in and out. Nobody told me my video was going in and out. I was just saying that earlier in the stream, I know Bob popped up. He was here. I don't know if let me see if he's still here. Well, according to when you do the @ sign and the username, according to that, he's still listed as being on here. So he might be around somewhere is all I'm saying. So I'm just saying he's on here. So hopefully, no, well, that's not true, Melissa. He was here one or two times. It's been a while. But yeah, it's been a while since he was here, but he popped in today. So I don't know. I'm just saying he's here somewhere. So I'm just warning you. That's all. I don't want you to get blindsided by somebody who you don't like and doesn't seem to like you. Just trying to be a good guy. Don't post videos like pizza is back. How you doing? Sleep is not underrated, Barick. Not at my age, it's not. Someday you'll get up to this high. I certainly hope you do. I hope everyone gets to this age level. And when you do, you'll learn that sleep is a good thing. Of course, you'll also learn about the joys of getting up at 5 in the morning because you have a leg cramp. Ask me how I know. So it happens. It definitely happens. Now let's see. So Lou, if you're still in here, which game are you going to be most focused on the Patreon stream? Is it going to be the Ohio State game, or is it going to be what other game? TMI, Barrett. TMI. I could have lived my whole life without knowing that. I really could have. Let's see here. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, what's going to be the good games at noon? What are the good games at noon? We got Auburn at Ole Miss. That could be interesting if you like really bad football, sloppy even. Kansas at K-State, no. Clemson. Clemson's a 45.5. The line is 45 and a half. Boy, the only people that are going to be watching that game are the degenerate gamblers. I mean, not even the gamblers, just the degenerates. Florida State at Louisville. I have two screens, TV back here, and I have my iPad. So I will probably put the FSU game on the iPad. I'll put Lou on this screen, and I'll put the Ohio State game here. And I will probably put the Ole Miss game on the TV back behind me. Yeah, I'll probably do that. That sounds like a plan to me. And hope I can pay attention. That sounds like a plan. What do you think? Well, Melissa, I understand that. I understand what you're saying. I think with the amount of support you have on these streams, not just mine, but Lou's and BVD's and all the other TTC guys, I think even if he could put all the personal information about you he has on these screens, 95% of the people on here will ignore it and never use it because we got too much respect for you, Melissa. We're just going to look at the source of that stuff, and we're going to treat it for what it is. So hopefully, you won't do it here. Yeah, but I feel bad for you. I really do. It shouldn't happen. I'm always afraid it's going to happen to me, but so far so good. It hasn't, but I have my own enemies on here. Most of them I blocked, so I don't know what they're doing. Um, but I know a bit about what you're saying. I do. I'm sorry that's happening to you. I really am. Oh, let's see. What are people looking at? Barik is looking at NC State and UNC. Rob Dog is looking forward to FSU versus Louisville. Albert's looking at Alabama, Tennessee. I'm looking forward to that as well. That's going to be amusing. Rob Dog is also looking for the Nebraska Ohio State game. Albert is looking forward to the Clemson game. For God's sakes, why? Clemson's going to run away and hide in that game. The only question about the Clemson game is going to be, are they going to cover or not? Because I have a feeling the starters will not see the field past the second quarter. But I guess we'll see. Oh, it's an Ohio State, sir. I'm sorry. I apologize. For me, it's overrated state university. I've never really respected the Big Ten schools very much. I think any decent SEC school can beat them. So I don't care if I offend Ohio State fans. You know, they don't bother me very much. Let's see. Yeah, I know what you're saying about Barik, about you only have two eyes. um, thank God for YouTube TV. It makes it easier to put TV programs on these screens. No, I appreciate your situation. No, do not leave YouTube. If you leave YouTube, Melissa, then he wins, and that's not good for anybody. We need you here supporting us, and so we can support you. And I hope at some point you work the shit out with Bob, because maybe you don't become friends afterwards anymore or whatever, but at least you two can be civil to each other in the chats, and or learn to ignore each other and just let shit go. But whatever worked. Hell, Tiger Cat and I had a moment there for a little while, and I still feel real bad about what I said that really upset her, because I trash talk. I'm not as good at it as the other folks on here, like Lou and BVD and Salita and Pete and all those guys. But I can be abrasive, and I can and have been known to open up and shout it out and not worry about the consequences. And that has gotten me into trouble before, and it got me into trouble with TK. And we managed to work it out, thank God, because I really value TK's friendship as I value your friendship, Melissa, and Christie's, and all the other guys in here that I've met as part of this TTC, which I'm proud to be a part of, even though it's not called the TTC anymore, or maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I'm very proud that I was accepted into it, even though my channel didn't start out that way, obviously. I mean, all you have to do is look at my content. It's certainly not a trash talk channel. But I'm glad that I've earned the respect of all the folks that I've met. And I'm even glad that I've ruffled a few feathers along the way, guys. Like, well, you know who they are, so I don't have to name. I'm sure. I mean, the friendships I make online, they may not be, face to face, being able to shake your hand or give you a hug or go grab lunch or dinner or something like that. Although hopefully at the Slob Olympics, you get to meet a lot of you folks and get to break bread with you and so on. But I consider these friendships that I've made online to be as real as any other friendship I've ever made. And they mean just as much to me. I mean, when I upset someone that I respect on here, it bothers me, and I do my best to work it out. But for those that I don't have it, they don't bother me. Let's see. I'm sorry to hear that. Melissa May says he is disrespecting, and I'll do the same. The guy is sick in the head. Okay, well, I respect your point of view and your determination, and you won't hear nothing else about that from me. I promise you. I promise you that. You have your point of view on it, and I respect it. Oh, pardon me. Barik says, I grew up having Hawaiian bread for communion. That was a very random comment, sir. I didn't. I have nothing for that. I just okay. You lived in Hawaii? Okay. You're welcome, Melissa. I mean, you're welcome. There's nothing really more to say about that. Yeah, Hawaii is expensive, Albert. I remember, quick little story since I'm so full of them. I got the opportunity to travel to Hawaii in 1997. Yeah, 97. And I traveled there with my wife, who is now my ex-wife. And when we got to Hawaii, it was really surprising to us, although it really shouldn't have been if we had put any thought into it. It was really surprising about how expensive everything was there. I remember we were on a bus on a tour. I think we're actually heading for Pearl Harbor. And the bus drove past the gas station, and I noticed the gas station had prices about $2.50 a gallon for gasoline. Now, this is back when gas in the mid to late 90s was still only about $1 a gallon or so. And so, I mean, that really surprised me. And we, food was more expensive there. Restaurants were more expensive there. Everything seemed to be about 30 to 50% more expensive in Hawaii than the mainland. And, it's obvious. I mean, it's an island. Everything has to be brought in. It either has to be flown in or shipped in. Very good paying job. Because it ain't cheap there. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Melissa. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. We'll talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure. Probably be on a stream at some time tomorrow. No, I did. Hawaiian bread is a little bit sweet. Not my favorite kind of bread, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Anyway, guys, I'm getting a little tired. I'm gonna hit the bed over here, corner of it right there. That's my bed right there. So I'm tired. It's getting towards 11 o'clock. I want to get some sleep. Got a lot of college football to watch tomorrow. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Please, before you leave, please click that thumbs up button for me. I definitely appreciate all you being in here. Rob Dog, Melissa May, Colby. I don't post videos, and I like pizza. Albert, Rick. Oh God, who else was in here during the day? Uncle Lou was in here. Ballard was here briefly. Malcolm Malone was here. Will Thurgood was here, and Farion was here. Ken Spear was here. I know some of my watch buddies like Blue Shirt Boot and Tennessee Mike. Whole bunch of guys were here. Appreciate that. Links, I will delete that in mine because my channel as damage free as possible. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and please click the bell icon so that when I go live, which I do every Wednesday at noon Eastern time, and whenever the mood strikes me, such as tonight, or when I post new videos, you will be alerted to those events and you can come on by. Once again, I want a hype and hate video that I won a contest. I haven't seen it. Go watch it. It's very funny. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all being. Thanks for stopping by and keeping me company tonight. Have a good one.